Kenshi, a glorious game set in a horrifying post-apocalyptic world that is somehow a cross between a futuristic hellscape and feudal Japan. A game where you can be anything, from a mercenary to a merchant, a freedom fighter, or a slave driver, or even a even a slave yourself. Today we will hopefully avoid that fate, and I believe the plan for this run will be to create a self-sustaining city, which is much easier said than done. Okay, so in this run, we will be using mods. Mostly aesthetics, some story based, but not really gameplay effective. But there are three that are, in fact, kind of cheesy. One, recruitable prisoners. Two, it is in the mod list as blood spider horse shit. I can't remember what it's actually called, but essentially what it does is reduce the range of blood spiders because they can hit you for like fucking 70 feet, and it's bullshit. And three, nice map. I believe that is what it's called in the Steam Workshop. I am too lazy to go look. But essentially what it does is it gives you the ability to actually see the regions and roads on your map, which is very nice. Anyways, video. Meet Farg. Farg is a Scorchlander. As you can see, there is a race description. However, I cannot read. So instead, I'll just tell you that these guys are pretty good at sneaking and smithing, and not much else. Farg is stinky. However, he is what we have to work with, so let us go ahead and begin. Mission 1. Make money. Before we can do anything, we must learn the value of labor. And the value of labor is learned very slow. Fortunately, we can do a little bit of this action. Hell yeah. Alright, so after making about $1,100, we make our way to Squin. We have put back a little food for the trip, and we should make it without any issues, other than the occasional, hungry bandit coming to gank our cheeks. Alright, so there we see Squin off in the distance, and what we need to do now is go purchase a backpack. They don't like us because they're racist. But okay, we're just going to go ahead and make it to the other side of camp. And by camp, I mean city. Go talk to this funny little fella. Hey, he's a robot this time. I like those. And we're going to purchase one of these. They're glorious. You can stack stuff in them, which is very, very nice. However, they do impact your combat skills. But we don't need to worry about that right now because we are wimpy. And we don't have combat skills to begin with. So we will worry about that in the very near future. And so begins a life of mining. However, check this out. See that? You can have 9 of those in one slot. So that's 72 open slots of copper, which means in about 48 hours we'll be rich. So in the meantime, we wait. And wait we shall for a very, very long time. So long, in fact, that I kind of forgot what I was doing. How long have I been standing here? Occasionally fearing for our lives. Okay, sweet. They didn't attack us. I was contemplating running away like a little baby. We have food. Why are we hungry? After an entire hour of mining and asking really stupid questions, we have managed to accrue an entire inventory of copper. It took a lot longer than I expected. However, we have benefited from such training. Somewhat. We do level up slower on laboring because we are Scorchlanders. However, I did not pack enough food. So, let's go ahead and head back to town before we starve to death. This is 3 speed, and we are slow. Turns out, having 5 billion tons of copper in your ass does not make you faster. Alright, so after enriching ourselves in both food and fortune, it is time to go pick up some friends and begin working the land as nature intended. Alright, so we have found a recruit. I typically just pick up recruits from the holy cities because they have sad backstories, A, and B, they're typically Greenlanders, so they're pretty well rounded. And C, if we set up here, we will not be murdered by the local inhabitants. By the way, we're setting up right here. Alright, so after going and picking up yet another recruit, we're going to go ahead and lay out the foundation of our buildings. Press the wrong button there. So we're going to go ahead and build our small shack. Somewhere in there. So I build here a lot, so I know that the best spot for the whatchamacallit is right in this general area. There's a 68 right. Oops. There we go. I'm going to build that a little closer, and I'm going to build my stone processor right next to that. So Farg has about 5 billion tons of building utensils in his ass right now. So we're going to go ahead and let him build. In fact, we're going to get everybody in on this action and hurry up and get this stuff done. All right. So we currently have our little settlement going. We have our two funny little fellows down here mining, and we have Moo over here researching. Our next step is to create food storage and also find 10 vegetables to begin our farm. All right, so while I'm trying to get vegetables, I thought I'd go ahead and say why I like to set up here. So the main reason is ground fertility. You don't get a lot of places where you can actually, farm because everything's a desolate wasteland. However, this is one of the very few places you can. And the reason I'm doing this is because I thought it'd take a lot longer to find 10 vegetables, but here we are. However, reason number 2 is the river raptors. They are very annoying when you are farming. However, whenever you're trying to train combat, they will not hit you unless you let them hit you. So they're pretty nice, actually. They're what I mostly use to train. Somebody just got their cheeks clapped right next to my base. Is that a fucking dog attacking my shiz? What are you? Oh, it's a river raptor. Oh, and another thing about river raptors, if you ever want to set up a if you ever want to set up a smithy, they're a very nice way to get animal skins. However, the dogs being around, not a fan of that, because they will clap my cheeks. Alright, so don't mind Farg being knocked out. He definitely did not pick a fight with a hungry bandit leader, so he'll be recovering for a while. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and have Moo research. What she will be researching is 2 things. First off, wind generator theory. Secondly, I forgot what I was supposed to be doing. It takes 2, that's all I remember. Oh, food. Food! Cooking! There we go. These 2 things will single-handedly make us independent. We are still very far from our goal, but with these 2 things, we will be much closer than you think. However, it'll still be quite a while till we get anywhere near where we want to be. But this is, I guess, as good as it gets for now. So now that we have everything built, we have our wind generator up and running, we have our well, and we have our farm. Now is one of the most important things that I did not know you could do until I accidentally did it. So we're going to take Moo. She's going to be our resident cook. We're going to go ahead and put her in here, and she is going to operate the stove first and foremost, and also the well. So see how these pop up over here? Those are jobs that they have been assigned to do. Fu will be our farmer, and Farg is going to be useless for a bit. However, to set up jobs for stuff like the cooking stove and stuff that takes a queue, you're going to go ahead and want to set up, stuff to do. And you're going to want to set it to repeat because Now we have a fully autonomous farm slash cookery. And as long as we can get the river raptors beat off our farm, we will not have to worry about food again. So, yay. Also, that's going to be where I end the video today. So, get out of here.